Good morning, students. Last session we discussed the introduction part of fourth lesson, consumption and investment function. So, on the second chapter, we discussed about the national income, and this fourth chapter we are already discussed what is the relationship between national income and the consumption and the investment function. And also last class we discussed the functional relations between two aggregates. One is consumption and the investment function. So in the national income calculation, both the consumption function and the investment function very important in all the economy in the world. And last class we discussed the technical attributes of consumption function. And also last class we finished up to the first point, the average propensity to consume. And today we are going to continue the technical attributes of consumption function, and also we are going to discuss the Keynesian psychological law of consumption function. In the technical attributes of consumption function, already we finished the first point, and today we are going to discuss the remaining part of technical attributes of consumption function. And the next one is the marginal propensity to consume. The marginal propensity to consume means the marginal propensity to consume may be defined as the ratio of changes in the consumption to the changes in income. For example, if you get 100 rupees income, your consumption expenditure is 80 rupees. When income increases from 100 rupees to 150 rupees, whether your consumption or expenditure will increase or decrease. With the increase of your income, already you got 100 rupees, your expenditure is 80 rupees, and you will get 50 rupees more income, whether your consumption will increase from 80 to 100, or it will reduce to 80 to 70 rupees. That is marginal propensity to consume. The marginal propensity to consume may be defined as the ratio of changes in the consumption to the change in income. With the formula, marginal propensity to consume is equal to changes in consumption divided by changes in income. For example, changes in income 50 rupees and changes in consumption how much rupees. That is marginal propensity to consume, where delta C is equal to changes in consumption, delta Y is equal to changes in income. The marginal propensity to consume is positive. Sometimes it will go to positive way, or it will come to negative way. The marginal propensity to consume is positive but less than unity. That is, always when income increases, the consumption expenditure also increases. That is the theory. But it will not come negative or below zero. It will increases greater than 1 or less than 1. That means the marginal propensity to consume. Next we will move to the new concept, the average propensity to save. Here we change into consumption into save. That is APS. APS means average propensity to save. So the average propensity to save is the ratio of saving to changes in income. In other words, it is the ratio of total savings to total income. So for example, saving is equal to S is equal to Y minus C. Y is always represent in economics income, and C is always represent consumption expenditure. For example, your income is 100 rupees, your consumption expenditure is 80 rupees. 100 minus 80, 20 is the save. S is equal to 20 rupees is your saving with the help of your income. That is average propensity to save. The average propensity to save is the ratio of saving the changes in income. In other words, it is the ratio of total saving to the income. APS is equal to S divided by Y. For example, S saving is 20, income is 100, so it is 0.2. That is the average propensity to save. Next we will move to marginal propensity to save. The marginal propensity to save is the ratio of changes in saving to changes in income, and the marginal propensity to save is obtained by dividing the changes in the saving by changes in the income. For example, already you got 100 rupees income, your saving is 20 rupees, and now the marginal propensity to save, your income will increase from 100 to 150. Your savings is also increase from 20 rupees to 30 rupees. It is the 5. It is called the marginal propensity to save. So the formula is MPS is equal to delta S divided by delta Y, where delta S is equal to changes in saving. How much rupees of your saving will increase with the increase of your income, and delta Y is equal to changes in income. Since the marginal propensity to consume, the another formula is marginal propensity to consume plus marginal propensity to save is always equal to 1. Generally, the average propensity to consume is expressed in percentage, and the marginal propensity to consume is always represented in fraction. And next we will move to the calculation of average propensity to consume and marginal propensity to consume, and average propensity to save and marginal propensity to save. Students, listen carefully with the help of this. Listen carefully in the table. Now the income is 120 rupees and consumption is also 120 rupees. The formula is equal to the income is 120 rupees. The consumption is also 120 rupees. The formula propensity to consume is the formula of average propensity to consume divided by Y. The income is 120, the consumption is also 120. How to find out the average propensity to consume? The formula is C divided by Y. Here C is equal to 120 rupees and Y. Y is also 100. Here, how to find out the average propensity to consume? The formula is C divided by Y. Here C is 120 rupees. Y is also 120 rupees. So 120 divided by 120 into 100, because we find out the percentage. So 120 divided by 120 rupees into 100. So answer is 120 divided by 120 is equal to 1. 1 into 100, 100. And the average propensity to save is S divided by Y. Here S is equal to 0, because consumption is income is Y and consumption is also income is 120, consumption is also 120. No saving. Your income is 120. You will spend the entire income 120. So the 120 minus 120, because formula is equal to S is equal to Y minus C. Here Y is equal to 120, consumption is also 120. 120 rupees minus 120 rupees is equal to 10 rupees. So S divided by Y, S is 0, and income is 120 divided by 0 divided by 120 is answer is 0. When answer is 0, marginal propensity to consume and marginal propensity to save is also 0 or no value. And next, when income is increases from 120 to 180 rupees, 60 rupees income increases from 120 to 180 rupees, and your expenditure is also increases from 120 to 170. The 50 rupees is difference. So the formula is C divided by Y is equal to 170 divided by 180. If you find out the percentage, you will add into 100. So 170 divided by 180 into 100 is equal to 94% of your income is increases from 100 to 94%. And the average propensity to save is also increases because your income is 180, your expenditure is 170, 180 minus 170, you will apply this formula. So S is equal to Y minus C, Y is equal to 180 minus C is equal to 170. 180 minus 170 is 10 rupee is your savings. So the AP is equal to 10 rupees, S is equal to 10 rupees divided by your income is 180. So 110 divided by 180 is equal to 100%. Your income will, your savings, average propensity savings increases 0 to 100%. And marginal propensity to save, that is delta C divided by delta Y. Delta C, here delta C means how the income increases. Already you got 120, now you will get to 170. 170 minus 120, 50 rupees your consumption is increases, that is 50. Your income is also increases from 120 to 180, the 60 rupees is difference. So 50 you will apply delta C divided by delta. Now you will take only changes in the consumption and income. Consumption is increases 50 rupees. Income is also increases 60 rupees. So 50 divided by 60 rupees is equal to 0.83. And how the changes delta S? Delta S is equal to 10. And delta 10 divided by 0, that means 0.17% of your save marginal propensity save is also increases. Students, in this class we will going to discuss very important concept, and this year public exam also they are asking this question, that is Keynesian psychological law of consumption. So students, don't miss the next class, very important class, very interesting class. So we will meet in the next class. Signing off. Thank you.